Hi guys, welcome back to LA Dance Diary. This is season 2.
Season 2, we're back with another
here.
episode. Happy Tuesday.
Back in the pod studio. If you don't know us, my name's Rach.
I'm Abby.
And we're back
We're
here
back.
talking about, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about stress.
Stress, burnout.
All those things that we try and avoid,
Yeah.
but, sometimes come to creep in. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I've been dealing with a lot of stress for a lot of reasons. Obviously, I'm rehabbing a really big injury and my whole life is focused on that.
Yes.
So I've been experiencing, burnout in other ways, like on the social media side, and managing that has become just so tough.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to come on and talk about it a little bit. I would love to, kind of ask for some of your tips on dealing with stress. But yeah.
I just feel like, everyone's stretched. Everyone's stretched thin, whether it's social or work or just life. And, it's like the economy and everything. Everyone's having to work harder to make just those basic ends meet. I feel like, and then combining that with just, life stress. And I just feel like we're bombarded with social media, and then you're trying to be active and healthy, and then you're seeing all these things going on, and, birthdays, celebrations.
It's just so much noise.
There's just a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I feel like, for myself and just everyone around me, I feel like everyone's just like at capacity or beyond capacity. And a lot of it's like good reason, but everyone's very like, I just know that everyone's schedules are just so tight and like stretched thin. So
I think as a friend, like getting into my later 20s, I've become like a lot more relaxed with people like canceling on plans and just understanding that. Like I was supposed to go to a thing last night and I ended up just canceling last minute. And I was like, you know what? I really cannot gear myself up for this activity today. So hoping to like check in with your friends, make sure they're good, but also giving them, like knowing things happen and it's okay to not be at every single event.
Yeah, I think it's a balance. It's, obviously I try and make everything that I commit to, but it's like,
I know that's the other thing.
I think we have to show up for our friends and we like can't be flaky, but it's like, where it's someone like you, I know that if you text me and you're like, I can't do this, I'm like, she needs a moment, and I think that we need to be a little empathetic to people.
Absolutely. I personally get so much anxiety being that person doing the flaking.
Yeah.
How do we do that? How do we do that in a way that's respectful? How do we do that in a way that, communicates that we're dealing with something in like a non-dramatic way? But in a way that, lets your friends, or maybe if it's a job that you have to step back from, like how do you let someone know? What is the best way?
I mean, what I've been doing, because I'm not going to lie to you, last year I was becoming a massive flake and it wasn't feeling good. Like I was getting anxiety because I was making plans that I knew I wasn't going to make it to. And I'll be like, look at my day and be like, oh yeah, I have 12 hours rehearsal, but I can definitely go to that dinner, that birthday, and that other birthday, and pop by that event. Like I'm that person that sees everything. It's like, I want to do everything though. I see all these cool things. I'm like, of course I want to be at this person's birthday. Of course I want to go to this event. Of course I want to stop by this movie premiere.
Of course, you're very social.
I want to do all the things.
We're here, let's do it.
But I've been making myself take more accountability and be more like aware of my limits nowadays, and then I just don't commit as much. Like if it's a best friend's birthday, I'm there. If it's a best friend's show, I'm there. All of those things is automatic. But if it's someone that's like maybe not in my top like 5 best friends or something, and they invite me to something and I know that my day is already stretched, I've just become much more used to saying, you know what, it's a bit of a hectic day that day, I'm gonna try and make it, but I can't guarantee it. And then if I do show up, it's like a bonus.
I like
and
that.
I feel good.
I've been doing that a little more recently as well. Whereas, like, I'm going to be honest with the time window that I have and, like, what I'm coming from. For example, the yoga studio I teach at, we don't have showers.
So you can't even, like,
so I can't
finish
even
class
shower.
and then bop on.
Right. That's the thing is, like, I can't even go. I have to, like, either full-on body wipe myself down with wet hair, let it be, or, so sometimes, like, being aware of what's coming in, I have to just let people know. I'm like, I'd love to come, but there's a good chance I won't be able to make it.
I think that's the best way. And for me, it's like if someone says that, I'm like, oh my God, thanks for being honest. I'd rather you be honest with me, and it's like, I always think if I would want that from somebody, then I need to give that to somebody, because it's like, I would get annoyed confession here. I would get annoyed when my friends would cancel on me because I'd be like, don't they know how busy I am?
Right.
But then I'd turn around and do the same thing.
And
so I
do the
had to
same
have a
thing,
moment
yeah.
with myself. And actually at the start of the year, there were several things that I just wrote down that I was, you just want to be better and do better. And I was like, if my schedule is only getting busier, I don't want that to like now be a repercussion that people just think I'm a flake on my social things because I
Yeah.
always turn up to work. So I can.
So you can commit and you can hold yourself accountable.
But it's like,
to
why is
something.
work more important than a commitment to a friend?
I know,
So,
I know. I'm the same way.
you
We're
know?
both such workaholics.
Yes. I'll disrupt my entire life for a job.
Right. But also it's harder to say no to jobs because
Totally.
most of us need work.
Right.
You know, most of us
Yeah.
are looking for more, not less.
Yeah.
You know.
But I just think just being more aware of your own schedule, be aware of your limits, and just not making promises that you definitely can't commit to. If you know that that day's crazy, or even if you just know that 10 p.m. on a Thursday, usually you sit on the couch on a Thursday and then you usually end up not going out. Just be aware of it and then just communicate. I think that's the biggest thing. Like people can't be mad at you for sharing your like what you need.
Yeah.
And if they are, then maybe they're not such a good friend. But if you communicate and you're like, look, I would love to be there. You know, I don't know if I'll make it, but I hope to be there. Then if you do turn up, great. And if you don't, you know, at least they haven't expected you and you haven't like bailed on a commitment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
What about when you're dealing with burnout creatively? Like that's a whole other level of burnout.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I hit a little bit of burnout a couple of weeks ago because I had just kind of right after the fires and through pretty much last week, it was just one of the most busiest periods I've ever done of work in my life. And it was amazing.
Which is good for
It was
you.
amazing.
And as someone who's not working a lot, obviously as a dancer,
I just
Congrats.
loved it.
Yay.
It was, I loved every second of it. Like there was actually not one complaint in there, but I could feel it was like every single day I was creating. I had to, but it was, with all of them had deadlines and all of them had rehearsal deadlines and, there was just no space for fun. And I really did not have any social life. I didn't really sleep. Like I was out of the gym. It was just
hard.
It was like 8 weeks of pure like grind, pretty much like 9 a.m. to midnight every single day, maybe even earlier.
8 weeks.
Yeah,
that's
like
a long
8 straight weeks. Yeah.
A long time.
Or like seven weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely probably hit burnout, but I think I was just so like rah rah rah. It's amazing. Like just keep going.
So are things like slowed down now that you're making a change?
Definitely
in
not
order
as crazy.
to like address those kinds of things, or
definitely not as nuts. And like I've got right back on my morning routine. Like I'm in the gym.
I see you in the gym.
I feel so good.
Checking in. I see you in the gym. Okay.
Yeah, and and then kind of to help myself at the end of that like crazy period, like I paid someone to clean my house.
Oh,
I got my hair done.
Good, yeah. Things to refresh.
I made sure all my bills were taken care. I just checked in with my accounts, made sure like everything was set. I kind of just, have been trying to use the downtime that I have now to get myself ahead and just, and also I'm doing a lot of social things right now because I know that when that switches again, then at least I'm like, okay, my friends had me. I had good times with my friends, and then it was back to the grind. It's back to the grind,
Oh, that's nice when you can like kind of separate out your life into little mini phases like that.
Yeah.
And I think
I feel like it's, it's either everything or nothing. I don't know if you feel like that.
I'm the exact same way. And I'm on the literal opposite side, Abby. I am on the nothing side. And you know me, I don't live on this side.
No, you
often.
don't. But I feel like you're busy all the time. You're teaching a lot.
I'm
You're
teaching
keeping it moving.
I'm teaching a shit
Come
ton.
on. I'm like, no.
So, the whole thing is like every single aspect of my life is focused on body recomp, body health, like all these like things. So it's just like I'm very one track right now.
Yeah.
So it is busy, but it's very like this is my one commitment and I'm going 1,000% for this thing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
So there is, it's tiring in another way.
Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, I want to say advice. It's like, I feel like I'm discovering this for myself for the first time and I'm, hoping that it continues and that I'll have to keep figuring this out because that means I'll be busy and I'm doing what I love. But I think from kind of moving out from that crazy phase into the phase I'm in now, I'm like, I have to have my morning routine. Even if that's all I get for myself during the day, that's really sacred to me. So I think that even if your life is absolutely crazy and everything's like, going 1,000% all the time, you know, and even if that's just for a couple of weeks or something, I think just having, even if it's just the gym or it's a walk.
I so agree. I've been like doing my journaling and also reading. I've been reading in the mornings as well. And again, like we said it on the morning routine episode, I was like, I don't do it every day because sometimes I teach at 7 a.m. So I'm not going to wake up at 5 to do my morning routine early.
That's too early.
But I do say like committing to that routine every other day of the week. Like, you know, when it's a habit, it becomes a most day thing. Of course, life will happen.
Yeah.
So if you miss one day, that's fine.
That's okay. Yeah.
You know, but it's about winning more days than not.
Yes.
My boyfriend always talks to me about like trying to win the day. And like, I think the key to a happy and successful life is just winning more days than you feel like you lost.
Because you can't be 100% all the time. You're not going to go to the gym every single day. You're not going to be perfect and wake up at 7 every single day. But if most of the week you are, and then a couple of days you're not, or most of the month you are, and a couple of days you're not, that's so much progress. It's, you know,
I think,
steady up.
And I think it's also with that where people feel like because they fall off once, then it's like, oh, I had to restart. Or like, you know, it's not a failure. It's, again, like if you're filling a glass, a day of not filling it is not taking out. It's not stepping back. It's just you didn't keep filling the glass.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know. I'm just looking at the glass of water.
Like, there you go. Yeah.
It's a strange analogy, but we'll take it.
So you said you're experiencing some social media burnout or just burnout.
God.
Tell me more about that, and then how are you handling that? You know, I mean, I feel like social media burnout for like creatives or just anyone that has things to promote. Share. I feel like that TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, like
I think
there's so much.
I think there's so much, and I think like just the constant machine that social media can be. It's a driving force. It always continues. Like there's always hundreds of thousands of content like just being shared by everyone. So I personally am of course dealing with something large where I can't dance yet. So, you know, when it comes to like thinking about making content and like wanting to put yourself out there, you're just like, well, what do I want to share right now? There's not really like much I want to talk about. And, you know, if I'm not attending classes every day anymore, then I can't get dance videos.
Right.
Except for my little pom-pom class.
That's cute.
It was cute. They were cute. But yeah, it just kind of feels like you don't have much to say. So I'm enjoying focusing on myself and not focusing on what I'm putting out to the world more than what I'm feeding myself. But I know that I need to get out there.
Yeah.
And of course, when it comes to like the podcast and stuff, I'm social with LA Dance Diary. So it's like I have to interact with our podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I feel that things slowed down a lot for me. So it's still just like trying to get it going again.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes if you're out of the machine of that, it actually like you can experience burnout from just not from not being in that repetitiveness and like going and going. It's like it feels like so much more effort to step in and keep stepping in if you're not in that just like phase.
Exactly.
So I totally understand that.
It's interesting, and I personally have experienced both ups and downs with social media because I worked on a cruise ship, remember, for like almost a year. So lack of internet, like I wasn't really on social media. I would post like every so often. But it was a time in my life where I really wasn't online. I wasn't like doing the thing as much. And then now in between the surgery and that time, I was very active, very like posting. So it's just very different.
Yeah.
I know I need to get myself out there, but it's like, what's to say? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you could reshare old stuff.
I know.
I feel like people hate doing that, but it's like, you know, only the people that saw it that day saw it, and then you have a whole audience in the world. You have a whole new section of people that have discovered you since, and it might even hit people that you know that didn't see it then.
That is true.
And maybe just take the pressure off and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to say anything. Why do I have to say something?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the other thing that comes along with that is like, obviously, I don't want people booking me right now or like
Right.
thinking of me, but I want them thinking of me.
Yeah.
So,
So when you're
yeah,
back, you can just,
it's
swoop right
it's
on
a
in.
strange one. And of course, we'll do like a surgery stuff check-in later, but like
Yeah.
just in actuality, I don't know when I'll be back. So it's like
Gotcha.
I have
Yeah.
no idea how long this time is.
So it's not even you're like, oh, ready to book me in a month, book me in 2 months.
Then
You're
I'd
like,
be like, wait.
I'm coming back. Yeah.
Because Disney calls me. They'll be like, hey, can you come in for a day? Just do this. And I'm like, no.
Literally can't.
I can't.
That is very stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's extremely stressful.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a different phase of life, I guess.
Phases.
And yeah, I'm again enjoying. I'm happy with where I'm at, but I definitely can see like holes, and I know you as my friend can see a large hole where like,
But
I used to,
life.
Yeah, exactly.
I had holes last year, you remember.
Exactly.
That's why, it's life. And I think that's, to tie it back to what we're talking about, it's like with the burnout, it's like when you burn out, things are going to get missed.
Yeah.
Things are going to get missed.
Yeah.
And it's, you can only do the best that you can with the capacity that you have. You can't be at 100% every day of your life.
It's very true.
It doesn't happen,
It is true.
You don't need to be so hard on yourself. And then maybe ask for help.
Yeah, and it's good to reach out to your friends who love you. It's good to, lean on people when you need them.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
I wish.
I know. Wish there was 7 of me.
We're like, I wish.
Awesome. Yeah.
If I could have a team of Rachels around me, oh my God.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so great.
Yeah, I think for burnout, it's like, okay, what can I remove from my timeline? Like for me, it's like I got a little slower, so I've been meal prepping myself. But like, I was at one point like, oh, shall I just get a meal service? That's just one thing I don't have to think about.
Yeah,
something like that.
I've done that before for a time.
Yeah.
It is nice to not think.
Yeah, it's like, how can I help myself? One of Maddie's boss, my friend's boss, he's amazing. He's called Lewis. He runs an inspection company. We do like a think tank on a Tuesday morning, which is like 6:30 a.m. my time.
That is
because it's on Texas time.
Oh, I was like, why?
No, it's so early, but it's Texas time. Anyway, it's like different.
If anyone in LA did that, I would be very fucking confused.
6:30 a.m.
Okay, that makes
sense.
But
I'm joining them on like a 9:30 Zoom. Anyway, it's very cool. It's like different business leaders, and we kind of just like, chat about life and problems and, hold each other accountable on certain things. Anyway, I always hear him say, what can you fire yourself from? And I've heard him say it to Maddie several times, which is why I took on the social media for Maddie. So it's like, what can you fire yourself from in your own life and get somebody else to do it? What can open up that time? And I've tried to be thinking about that recently too. I'm like, okay, what can I just take away from myself so that I have more time?
And in
so it's a good thing to
small
think
ways, like if it's a financial reason that you maybe can't hire a social media manager or whatever, but in small ways, how can you take something off of your plate? Maybe your boyfriend be like, can you make my lunches this week?
Yeah. Like hi help.
Like hi help. Or whatever it is. That was I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah, but no, it's like asking people for help.
Yeah.
Seeing how can you help yourself, even if it costs a lot of money. Hey, money is worth not dying of burnout, So if you're feeling burnout or if you're feeling stressed and you're watching this, first of all, we see you. We hear you.
We see you.
And
we feel you.
Maybe, just sit there and think, what's one thing I can do for myself today? Even if it's, I love my fancy latte from the corner, the corner coffee shop. Even if it's like $9 plus tip. I want my little lavender latte. Go get your little lavender latte. Sit for 20 minutes.
Your girly solo date. Take the time for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes like a focused relaxation period, even just 10, 15 minutes, and then going back to work makes you so much more productive.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't do that enough.
No. Little work break. Take a walk. Get,
We've
call
talked
a
about it
friend.
before, both of us in our cars listening to our pod.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Have those little moments for yourself. And we need it. We all need it. Telling that to myself.
Yeah, I think I'm thankful that I have the rest of today after this off because I'm gonna go reset. I think just kind of organize things a little bit so that I'm not hectic tomorrow going into teach and take the time for yourself. I know you a rush, but
one of these days.
in the car even, or,
Yeah.
taking 5 extra minutes.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah.
Wow, I love you.
Well, if you're dealing with burnout, send us a DM, if you need someone to chat to, or you're like, or if you have any suggestions for us, because clearly we could take them.
Clearly,
it's an open convo.
Yeah, I mean,
send us a DM.
I feel like most of our conversations are us like telling our things for each other as well as ourselves, like regurgitating
like a little therapy session.
Yeah, because it's like things that we know, but are we practicing it? So if you're looking for ways to take stress out of your life, reach out to us. Drop us a comment, send us a DM, and we want to know what you're dealing with and how you're dealing with it so that we can, do it together and build a community. So, let us know.
All right. So everyone take a deep breath, and we'll see you on the next episode.
We'll see you soon. Thanks, LA Dance Diary.
Bye, guys.